Let's talk about people who use their children to elicit money from the public. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. This commenter says, I've seen homeless people do this, stand in the street begging with their children. All of this occurs during school days and hours too. So there's a man who used to, I don't know if he's still on TikTok or not, but he used to have an account basically where he would catch these women with the signs sitting on the corner, asking for money and donations, and they would be out there, with their child in the stroller, with their toddler or baby on their lap, and they, he would bust up the operation because these women would something would be out of order. Either they would have on nice shoes or something like that, and he knew it was a scam, and he would say, "Ma'am, get out of here! Stop! Don't do that with your baby here. What are you doing with your baby here? Why are you doing that?" And he would follow them, and because they would get aggravated, and these women would usually be like Southeast Asian or Indian of some descent like that, and he would just follow them, and they would go and usually get into a nice vehicle, but basically he would bust up the situation and see that it was a scam. And it's true, it's also becoming something that's more and more common, especially here in California, at least from what I've seen, where people are becoming very comfortable sitting outside all day, at the post office or what have you, or even in the middle of the busy intersection, or in front of some sort of grocery store and things like that, and begging for money. And these women who are begging for money, they are a lot of them are scammers, where they're using their children to elicit the sympathy of the public so that the public can give. Not everybody is doing that, but and again, working with people in need as long as I have, you can kind of tell the legit from the actual homeless people. Go down to the Tenderloin in San Francisco, for example. But just you can tell who's doing it for show and who's just trying to get money, by using their children for sympathy. I think there's actually even a Dateline special on this as well, about people who are using their children, and it's this whole scam operation that they've set up, and it talked about the cars and the things that they would buy, and just how they're living lavishly after they go out and beg for donations all day. And if I remember correctly, the news reporter walked up on him too. But I don't know if this guy is still on TikTok, but he was doing that, and he would bust up the whole situation. The reason women are doing this, people are doing this, are using their children, they are making a lot of money. From what I recall on the Dateline episode, I think people were sometimes making upwards of 5,000 or more a day, by using their children to do this. So they were making a ton of money. So Dateline had tracked it, and it was big business. And so when you think about why would you do this? Why would they be on the corner doing this? And they feel like it's much more lucrative to do this than to go out and get a 9 to 5. It's tax-free income. So there was a lot of, it was just very enticing for them to have the money and prioritize the money over their children's well-being or welfare. Um, you know, people will use their children to get a quick buck, so to speak. So thanks so much for bringing this up.